In these last days of prophecy, as we can see last days events unfolding before our very eyes, faith is even more important now, you could argue, than at any time. Always been important, but we're going to be faced with so much challenges, in and around the world, so many communication channels, such as social media, as well as all the rest. You don't need me to break it all down for you, right? There's so many ways in which you can be made very afraid. So many ways in which your faith, if you're not diligent, where your faith can be ground down and actually robbed of you. Yeah, you can actually lose your faith altogether. All right, we know this. All right, so I just wanted to do this. Well, inspired actually to do this relatively short video, then a reflection video on faith. All right. I know somewhere on this YouTube channel, this Israel Awake YouTube channel, I've done in-depth studies into faith. All right. But here I just felt this inspiration to give this message out. Yeah, a bit of a booster, if you like, a faith booster. All right. So just going to reflect on faith. All right. So welcome to another Israel Awake video. I hope you find it edifying. I hope it will touch you and mold you in a positive way, as with all the videos that we do for the edification of Israel. All right. And welcome also to all those non-Israelites who love Israel and cleave onto Israel nevertheless. All right. You're most welcome. All right. Let me share my screen and get into some scriptures here. All right. So one moment. Let's go. Yeah. All right. 1 second. Okay. Right then. Let me go over here. Right. So first of all, I'd like to take you to Luke chapter 18 and verse 8. Yeah, just to open it up. All right. Now, Luke 18 verse 1. If you read that look at that in your own time, it's about the woman and the unjust judge, and it's a parable about a woman who needs something from the judge, and so she keeps asking him, and he's an unjust judge. But even him being unjust, finally gives in to her requests because he was getting worn down, if you like. And the point behind the parable really was that, if an unjust judge will give way to a lady who keeps pressing him, all right, for justice, all right, then how much more our just God will he, give way to our requests? So this is a parable that Yahushua was giving. But I'd like to draw your attention to verse 8, where he says, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily, meaning if you needed help, you will be avenged speedily by the Most High. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? He's the Son of, one of the titles used for Yahushua is the Son of Man, to make the point that although he's of a high order, he came as the Son of Man, right? So that's why that terminology is used a lot for him, all right? All men are the son of men, but he's the Son of Man in that he's so awesome. He was the Word who became flesh. All right. So it's even more a powerful statement when he's referred to as the Son of Man. But in any case, let's just get back to Luke chapter 18, verse 8. Yeah. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, alluding to his second coming, shall he find faith on the earth? That's the question. When he comes back, will he find faith in you, dear viewer? Yeah? Will he find faith in you? Will he find faith in us? That's the question. And the answer had better be yes. All right? We ought to keep the faith as well as keeping the commandments. The two go hand in hand. All right? But for this reflections, we're just focusing on the faith part for this particular video. All right? Okay, so let's remind ourselves what faith actually is. If he's going to find it, what is it that he's looking for? All right. So Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. All right. Many, including myself, refer to Hebrews chapter 11 as the faith chapter because there's loads of information regarding faith and a big list of faith heroes of old. All right. People like Abraham, etc. Anyway, so Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. All right. So this is very revealing because what we're hearing here then, what we're seeing here is that faith is a substance of things hoped for. See, you can hope as much as you want. To hope something will happen is not to have faith that something will happen in and of itself. Hope has its place. There are things we hope for, but just to be very clear as to the distinctions between hope and faith, yeah, hope is one thing. Yeah, some people have pipe dreams. You would have heard the term pipe dream, you know, and daydreamers and pipe dreamers. These are people who hope for something, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're applying faith to that something. Because you see, faith is the substance of things hoped for. All right, the substance and the evidence of things not seen. This is why in other scriptures, we're not going to go there now, but we ought to move by faith, not by sight. We're led by faith, not by sight. Yeah. If you're having to wait to see something before you believe it, then you're always, if you like, responding to events. You're not dictating events by the guidance of the Most High. If you only respond to things when you can see them in the flesh, if you like, you see the physical manifestation. Yeah, you're way downstream if you're waiting for events to materialize on the physical realm. Yeah, you've missed all the action. All the action takes place in the spiritual realm, which is the realm of faith. This is so important for us to get this, yeah, and really reflect on this, Israel, all my brothers and sisters. Really reflect on this, because we use the word faith, we band it about so much, sometimes we can lose the impact of the message of faith, all right? Faith is the substance of things hoped for. So it makes whatever you're hoping for more substantial now. It's like, you know, you have the bones, now you're putting the flesh onto those bones. That's what faith will do. It's making it more substantial. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You see, when you have faith, your evidence is, I know this is going to happen because I believe it will. Yeah, the fact that you don't have physical evidence that most people, you know, are looking for, and you know, that's the world we live in, don't we? It's a evidence-based world in terms of physical evidence. We know that, yeah. But you see, when you're dealing with the spiritual realm now, yeah, you don't need the carnal evidence. Your faith becomes its own evidence. Very strong, that, very powerful, very creative force. All right, with the power of the Most High flowing through you, you see. All right, so it's the evidence of things not seen. All right, so that's belief. You see, it's realizing that you're adding substance when you're exercising faith. You're making something substantial. You're adding substance to it, and it becomes your faith becomes its own evidence. Yeah, that gives a strength of belief. That makes your belief very strong when you realize that your belief, your faith, is the evidence that you seek. All right, very powerful. All right, this is why we must believe. Let me go over to the book of James. Let's go to James. I'm going to go James chapter 1. Let's go to verse 6. So on screen, yeah. In fact, probably go back to verse 5. Okay, if any, so the context here is James is saying, if you lack wisdom, you should ask God for wisdom. All right, but the principle that he explains here can be used for anything. And let's look at that. So James chapter 1, verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. Well, that's very revealing. Yeah. So if you don't have faith, yeah, it's like there's no foundation. You're going to be like the wave of the sea. Yeah. You're all over the place. Yeah. Knocked about from pillar to post, so to speak. Yeah. No fixed point. No foundation, really. You're just going all over the place. Yeah. So, but let him ask in faith. So if you're just asking away, but there's no faith behind what you're asking for, what you're praying about, all right, then you're like the waves. You're left to the mercy, you see, of the wind, blown in any direction. No firm fixed direction, no fixed trajectory, no fixed flight path, so to speak. All right. So very, very important principle here. When you're asking, yeah, you should ask anything in faith, move in faith, walk in faith, nothing wavering. So you're not two-minded, you're not double-minded. I wonder, but what if? Israel, let's get beyond that now. Let's really take the Father at his word. Let's stand on his promises. Let's believe in his promises. Let's believe in the word. Let's believe in the good news. Let's believe that, that we are on the right track. Yeah, so that we can approach his throne with confidence and boldly, as it also says in the scriptures. Otherwise, we're going to be sifted by the enemy very easily. All right. Remember the question that Yahushua asked when he comes back, will he find any faith? Yeah, so let's gear ourselves up with faith. And we know that goes along with works, but we're focusing on just reflecting on faith here. All right. So we must believe with nothing wavering. All right. We're told that, well, Yahushua said it best, actually. Let's go to Matthew. I'm going to go over now to Matthew. All right. Matthew chapter 21. All right. And then we're going to read verses 21 to 22. All right. So Matthew chapter 21, verse 21. Jesus answered and said unto them, verily, which is truly, I say unto you, if you have faith and doubt not, ye shall not only do this which is done to the fig tree, but also if ye shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed and be thou cast into the sea, it shall be done. All right. And all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. So again, we see that same principle which was brought out by James. Yeah. You're asking, but it must be accompanied by believing. Otherwise, you're going to be tossed by the winds of life. It must be believing, yeah, and ye shall receive. Ironclad promise from Yahushua. All right. So very, very important point. I want to share with you an analogy that the Father laid on my heart some time ago, and it's come back again of recent days. So I just want to share that with my brothers and sisters watching this video. All right. Lightning and thunder. Which comes first? Most of you would have said, well, the lightning comes first. So just to be absolutely clear, because many may not be aware of this, lightning and thunder occur at exactly the same moment. It's like a spark, right, that emits light and sound. The light we clearly call lightning. The sound we call thunder. They happen simultaneously. But if they happen simultaneously, which they do, most scientists agreed on that and all the rest of it, then how is it we always see the lightning before we hear the thunder? And the reason for that is simply because lightning moves a lot faster than sound. Yeah, I mean, lightning moves at, they say, around about 186,000 miles per second. Yeah, that's equivalent to circling the earth 8 times in 1 second. That's the speed of light. Sound, yeah. So Mach 1, as they will say in the aviation world, yeah, is a lot slower than that. Considerably slower than that. I can't remember the exact breakdown like I do with light, but it's considerably slower than yeah. Sound moves a lot slower than sound. So what's happening is when there's a lightning storm, when there's a thunderstorm, the lightning reaches your eyes long before the sound reaches your ears, simply because light travels faster. Now, it's been laid on my heart to see the same principle at play with faith and the outcome of your faith. You see, when you apply faith, yeah, the kind of the faith that the Holy Scriptures speaks of, right? Faith is one of the fruits of the Holy Spirit. Yeah, it's fast, it's immediate, it's instantaneous. To be absolutely clear, all right. But the world, situations, circumstances, yeah, are a lot dense. It's heavier, it's slower. The physical realm is a more dense realm than the spiritual realm. It's slower, it's heavier, it's more dense. All right. So your faith, your requests that you make in prayers are, so to speak, to use the analogy, is like the light. That's the lightning. It's quick. You can believe straight away. You can believe with the help of the Most High through Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach. You can believe now. You can believe now. Anything that you want to believe in, you can believe that now. And have that faith now. But often, you have to wait for the thunder to come to catch up with your faith. You've got to wait for the thunder roll to catch up with the lightning. It's going to happen. But you, so to speak, all you need to do is wait for your ship to come in. But it will come. But it's got to catch up. Brothers and sisters, I really would encourage you to really consider this analogy, because it really helps me. Yeah. Whenever you pray, lightning goes out, if you think of it like that. And you simply have to just wait for the thunder to come rolling in. It's going to happen. We know when we see lightning, thunder's going to roll in at some point. All right. But we just understand, once you understand that sound moves slower than lightning, than light, then it makes sense why it seems to be a gap. Right? So when you're moving in faith, don't be disillusioned if you can't see the effect of it yet. There is often a delay. There's often a gap between your faith and your prayer and the outcome, the manifestation of that. Don't let it put you off. Sometimes there's no gap. Wonderful, great, miraculous. But what I'm saying is, don't be put off. Yeah, if you don't see the immediate effects of your prayer. Yeah. So, that's why we're told to pray without ceasing and to keep on praying, to pray without fainting. Yeah, we're not going to go to those particular scriptures now. As I say, this is supposed to be just a reflections on the topic. All right. So, brothers and sisters, I hope you find that useful. I think, we need faith anyway, as we know. All right. Because we need faith to please God anyway. Right. It pleases him when we apply true Bible-based faith. All right. So just to evidence that in the scriptures. So back to the book of Hebrews. So Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Do you see that? He's pleased if we know that he rewards us for seeking him. So we need to know, not doubt. We need to know that he rewards us for seeking him. That's how generous he is. That's how awesome he is. That's how merciful he is. That's how good he is. Yeah. But without faith, it's impossible to please him. So we must have faith. Yahushua asked, when I come back, when the Son of Man returns, will there be any faith? Yeah. Let there be faith amongst us, brothers and sisters. All right. If there's any other topics that you or anything you want to share, please feel free to contact us here at Israel Awake. All right. You can contact us by email, yeah, which is Israel Awaken 7, and that's the digit number 7. Yeah, not the word 7, but the digit 7. So Israel Awaken 7 at gmail.com. All right. So please take send us an email, should I say, if you've got any questions or you want to get to know more. All right. Yeah. Or just want to make contact. All right. Please do so. Most I bless you. All right. So I'll leave that there. Okay. Until next time. Just seeing if there's anything else to mention at this stage. No, I don't think this is. If suffice to say, if you think this video will be of help to anybody else that you might know, then please feel free to share the video as well, and to put a thumbs up. And if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and choose all notifications to make sure that you are fully informed as and when new videos go up. All right. So with that, peace, shalom, and love you all, my brothers and sisters. Yeah. Have a blessed rest of the day.